So I have been busy doing all the things since a little bit before Halloween. I had so many more projects planned for this Alice in Wonderland theme. I had recipes picked out, but here's the thing. Today, I'm gonna let it go because it's well past Halloween and maybe I'll get to them next year, but it's almost Christmas time. So this dining room now needs a refresh. I don't host the holidays yet, but obviously we have been using this room for just dropping. I've been doing so many projects. So today I want to bring you along with me, completely refresh and clean out the dining room. So let's just get into the process. 4 pairs of shoes. Clothes, hats, and shoes. Really wasn't hard. The hardest part about that was my hands kept cramping. I don't know what vitamin I'm deficient in, but recently my muscles in general have been cramping a lot. So I don't know if that's potassium or what, but that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been going slower these days. My body is just really tired and just exhausted. I don't have a lot of want to do projects when I'm not feeling my best. So I'm sure you can understand that. So I'm getting there. Feel like I'm gonna put my sewing stuff just to the side because I have more sewing projects coming up, and so I don't really want to try to find a place to put it. As you know, my whole house is kind of in a mass array, but it's getting better because every room that I finish, things can go back where they belong. So I'm really excited about the progress that I've been making. The girls' bedroom is just about complete, just waiting on that bed frame. And then we can put all of their toys. We're waiting on some bins that I ordered from Amazon to put all of their toys and their clothes away. And we're gonna go through all of their toys and get all of that stuff put away, and that will relieve the living room in many ways. And so that's what I'm waiting on for that video, is I want to be able to show you the completion of it. So clean the windows real quick. Even though I tried to fight the flies, didn't do so well. And they are nasty creatures, and they leave their nastiness on pretty much everything they touch. It's disgusting. And I figured out why I have some fly problems in the spring and summer and early fall. It's because we have some nasty trees called Bradford pears in the beginning of our subdivision. And apparently flies are attracted to Bradford pears. And so that is why, in particular, we deal with way more fly problems than I think that we should, honestly. Because it's like I would kill them and then like 100 more would show up, like the plagues of Egypt practically. We struggled with it for years, and I could never figure out like why. I didn't know why, because it's not like we are like particularly dirty people, but it just feels like we were inundated with them. And then I saw some information on Bradford pears, and they were saying that that was one of the downfalls of those trees, besides the fact that they apparently smell like fish. They're at the beginning of our subdivision, so they're down the road from us, and my smell has never been the same since COVID. So I can't smell them, but obviously the flies can, and they love them. And so yeah, that's my lot in life here in the subdivision, dealing with disgusting flies and their refuse. Ugh, so gross. Oh my gosh, I need to clean this rag. Ugh. You know, I was gonna say something, and now I completely forgot what I was gonna say. That happens a lot, I find. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. Oh, I know what I was gonna talk about. I was gonna talk about my shelf situation over here. Well, all of these beautiful white false craft dishes and ironstone. And I have been considering for a while, actually, of selling my entire false craft collection. And I'll tell you why. When you start a collection, it's fun. Like, the hunt is fun, finding the items and such. But after a while, it begins to feel like more of a burden to take care of. Right now, these are all dusty, and it would take me the better part of an afternoon to go through and clean them all. And so I have considered, there's a problem with open shelves, for one. And for two, I love how they look, but the upkeep is a lot. So it's just something that is on my mind, and something that I may do in the future. I know for certain that I wouldn't want to move with them. Like, that's how I downsize typically. I ask myself certain questions, and one of them is typically, if I was moving, would I want to pack these up and take them with me? And the answer would be no, I would not at all. I would sell them. And so that's kind of how I know that I'm not attached to them anymore. And I wouldn't regret getting rid of them, because I wouldn't want to go through the trouble of packing them up to move them to my next place. Like, there are certain things that I absolutely love, and I wouldn't want to part with them, and I would definitely want to move with them. But I think for the most part, sometimes, especially for people like me, I like newness, and I love thrifting. So I really should own a booth or a boutique of some sort, because I like switching things out in my home, and it's because of that newness, like playing around with stuff. That's what I love. I love design. I love decor. I love all the things. Designing a room, pulling it together, and you can do that like with a few items and just keep switching them around and stuff like that. But I get bored easily, which is why I love changing out the art on my walls and stuff like that. And so, you know, someone like me, I don't get attached to too many things. Not in that way, at least. Not to where it would be like, I would be heartbroken if something happened to any of this stuff, which is partially really good because I have 5 kids, and very often my stuff is the stuff that gets broken. I would say probably more often than not, because my stuff is the stuff that gets used all over the house. And it's the interesting stuff, apparently, for my children. So they find it interesting, they want to play with it, they mess around with it, and inevitably it ends up broken. So it's a good thing that I don't get too attached to most things. Not to say that I'm not ever upset when stuff gets broken, but for the most part, I think I handle it better than some would, because I'm not particularly attached to any of it. Not like family heirloom kind of attached, like someone I loved gave it to me, or it was somebody's, like a grandparent or something like that. We don't have any of that stuff, unfortunately, in my family. So it's easy to detach myself from things. I love stuff. I love stuff. I'm a maximalist, which is why I could never be a minimalist. For all my trying, it just would never happen. I love stuff way too much. Okay, so I've gotten a lot of stuff taken care of and cleaned. My table is an absolute mess still. I'm gonna have to get a box for this Alice in Wonderland stuff. And pack it up. I still have this lovely thing in the corner here that I need to take down, and I need to switch out these art frames, and I'm thinking about switching them out with some William Morris collection prints. He's a textile artist from the Victorian era, and his wallpaper and textiles have definitely become a new, like, people have renewed their love of it, and he was during the Victoria era, and so he's right up my alley, and I'm thinking about doing that in here. So I have Anne of Green Gables prints still in my stuff here, but I think that I might switch them all out to William Morris prints. That's what I think I'm gonna do. But let's get this down real quick. It's kind of sad because I love it, but it's all right. Out with the old and with the new. I have lots of other things to make. Wonder how I'm gonna get this down. Packing that up is going to be a chore because I'm gonna have to put all those cards back together so that they don't all get tangled. I feel like this has become a lot too, and I may need to reevaluate some of the things that I've got on there. I can already tell a couple of things are standing out to me, but I'll need a decor box. So I think I'm gonna go get a box and quickly pack up all of this Alice in Wonderland decor so that I can safely get it out of the way until I decide what I really wanna do with it for the long term. I can't see myself holding on to it forever because, you know, I get bored, and although I think to myself, I'll use it again, chances are I won't. Chances are, even if I do another Alice in Wonderland theme, I will want to create something entirely new because I just have like 1 billion ideas in my head. And I gotta get them out, you know? All right, let's move on. Gosh, I need to really wrap those up better. Gotta go find the little clippies. Thank you for coming along with me. Stay tuned for all the finishing projects and the final pull together of my 2 little girls' vintage inspired bedroom, and obviously the entire project of their bed, which is quickly becoming the most complicated furniture restoration project I have ever done. And I hope that I never have another one that is this complicated because it's been a lot. But anyway, thanks again guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.